What's up guys, Jesé here, welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a daily dose of transfer gossip. Today is going to be Thursday, the 4th of August. And today we've got so many deals to get through, 20 confirmed at the very start and a lot of rumours on top of that guys. So before we get any further, as always, if you can smash 1,500 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and in the comments below, leave me your thoughts on today's rumours I should do in the next episode. And if you missed yesterday's videos, leave down below in that description box guys. Jesé schedule 8 of his transfers and after 9 PM is the second video of the day, and there were 2 videos yesterday. The second one went up quite late, so you may have missed it. But it was to do with Olympic football, which starts tonight, guys. So start today with the confirmed deals. First, I've got Coke going to Schalke. This was announced the other day by Schalke, but is officially unveiled yesterday. And that is from Sevilla in Spain for £4.25 million. You're probably fully aware why he got that man of the match card. I believe it's from the Europa League final against us, unfortunately. By the way, he's gone to the Bundesliga. Now we got to Daniel Royer. The pacey Austrian winger has gone to New York Red Bulls in the MLS from FC Midtjylland for an undisclosed fee. Then we move on to Daniel Cherin, I'm not sure how you say his name, but he's gone to San Jose Earthquakes. That's from Orlando City on a trade deal, which includes this guy, the next one, Matías Pérez Garcia, going the opposite direction to Orlando. So that's the trade deal, and I also believe it includes some rights and stuff as well as a few fees here and there. So I'm not too sure how the MLS works in that type of stuff. By the way, each player's gone a different direction. Then we go on to Tobias Werner today, going to Stuttgart. That's from FC Augsburg in the Bundesliga to drop down a tier, in fact, to go to second tier now. I thought this guy used to play for Stuttgart, but apparently he's been at Augsburg for a very long time. Then we go on to Casamite, former Fulham man, going to Nottingham Forest. That is from Olympiacos on a loan deal. And I read yesterday on Twitter that did Olympiacos fail to qualify for the Champions League or something as they got beaten yesterday? Let me know in the comments below. Then we go on to Oliver Norwood today, going to Brighton. That is from Reading on an undisclosed fee on a 3-year deal. Now we move on to Bedoya, going to Philadelphia Union in the MLS from FC Nantes. And the fee for that one is £761,000. Now we move on to Marco Borriello today, the Italian veteran this time, born in 1982, a very old for a football player nowadays there. But he's gone to Cagliari from Atlanta last season on a free transfer. But he was of course released at the end of June. Now we go on to Federico Fazin today. The guy really didn't fit in too well at Spurs whatsoever. Has gone on loan to Roma for apparently £1.02 million for a loan deal, but with an option to buy. And what I read yesterday, the option to buy apparently is around €4.5 million or pounds. I'm not sure what one it is. By the way, they've got their man. Then we go on to Gabriel Mercado today, going to Sevilla from River Plate. And that one is for £2.13 million. Now we go to Timo Lecce, a fantastic silver tots this year, going to Sassuolo in the Serie A for around £2.98 million from SD Utrecht in the Eredivisie. Now we go on to Alejandro Galvez going to SD Eibar. That is from Werder Bremen for £1.28 million. Then we go on to 2 for Newcastle. First up, Kieran Clark from Aston Villa for apparently £5.1 million as his release clause. I believe it's a 5-year contract as well. They also got this man, Mohamed Diame from Hull. And it's really good business in my opinion from Newcastle. They're going for £4.5 million as his release clause. And I said yesterday how he scored the winner in the playoff final for Hull to get him into the Premier League, but now has left him to go back down to the Championship. But I think for him it is a fantastic move. Then we go on to Kaputska, completely a switch to Leicester. That is from Krakow in the Polish League for £7.5 million. In fact, he signed yesterday officially, was announced and stuff, and he made his debut as well yesterday against Barcelona. And if you watch that game, it was actually very interesting. Leicester were 3-0 down at half-time, and it looks like they're going to get an absolute spanking, because Messi and Suarez are both playing. The main player yesterday, probably Mané, is absolutely incredible. But yeah, 3-0 down, then Musa came on, and he tore shit up. Scored a brilliant solo run, and then scored an absolute banger, like keepers near post kind of thing, to make it 3-2. They ended up losing 4-2. Then we go on to Mohamed Salah, and this one I thought was completed absolutely ages ago, but apparently not. Chelsea tweeted yesterday saying Roma have officially signed Salah on a permanent basis now. So of course he was there on loan initially last season, had a fantastic year. They've officially signed him now for around £12.75 million, which in all honesty, how good he is, I think that's a very good rate. Then we go on to Antonio CANDREVA, completely switch to Inter Milan from Lazio. The fee for that one is £18.7 million until 2020. Quite a big fee. This guy definitely has a lot of experience and was kind of like heavily thought after initially from Chelsea. Then we go on to Gabriel, this is a player, so not FIFA. Gabriel Jesus going to Man City. He's joined them from the Liga de Brazil and in particular the club Palmeiras for £27 million. And in fact, I believe he's in the top 3 or 4 most expensive teenagers ever. He'll join up with the Man City team though in January 2017 after Palmeiras' season has finished. It's a 5-year deal for him. Again, a massive prospect. And if you want to get like a little bit of a glance about him, the Olympics start again tonight and he is in the national team. And I'm assuming he'll get a fair amount of minutes. Then finally today we've got Vincent Kompany, but it's actually to do with a Belgian national team manager, and that's officially now Roberto Martinez, formerly of Everton. And you may have seen the videos from yesterday where is that Wayne Rooney's testimonial, and in fact Lukaku was on the bench, he got handed something, then he started like putting his hands in his head and stuff, and he also whispered or was talking to Kevin Mraz at the end of the game, and it might have been him finding out the new manager of Belgium. So Lukaku was probably thinking he got rid of Martinez, but now has come as a national team coach. So I think he might do okay, but again, he's got quite a bit of pressure on him now because he done awful at Everton the last couple of years. And Belgium, massive national team with a lot of youth players, with a lot of world-class talent as well. So it's one I didn't ever see coming, but it has happened, and we'll have to wait and see. Now we've got into potential deals, and first up, Alex Pritchard linked to Norwich. According to Sky sources, Alex Pritchard is currently on his way to Norwich for a medical. An £8 million move to Brighton looks to have hit the buffers after a last-minute bid from Norwich last night. Pritchard was due to begin a medical late last night after Brighton had agreed a fee with Spurs in personal terms with the player. But 24 hours later, Norwich had come in, so they could get their man. Now we go on to Ross McCormack, and apparently Fulham have confirmed via Twitter, the club have accepted a bid for him from Aston Villa. Apparently the fee is around £12 million after Norwich had a bid of, I think it's 10 mil rejected a couple of days ago. And to be fair, it's probably the type of striker that Aston Villa need, especially in the Championship. This guy, he's been a second tier player for a long time. I thought honestly he'd be in the Premier League by now, but either way, has maintained this level, and he's a goal scorer at this level, and is again guaranteed goals for Villa. Or should be at least. That's what they need to get straight back up to the Premier League. Now we move on to Michael Dawson's on your screen. It's actually regarding the management job at Hull City. So again, according to Sky sources, Chris Coleman remains interested in talking to Hull about their managerial vacancy. We reported on Tuesday that the Football Association of Wales had rejected an approach from the Tigers to speak to the man who guided their country, or his country, to the semi-finals of Euro 2016. So he massively overachieved, and apparently now it's kind of a bit of a change in heart, because yesterday it looked like it wasn't going to happen, but today they could finally actually get their manager. And they need to get someone in ASAP, because as of right now, in the Premier League, I think they're probably the weakest looking team. In regards to, I don't think they've actually signed anyone. I can't remember. They may have done here and there, but I can't think of a player they've actually signed. And they've also lost Mohamed Diame now, kind of like one of their anchors in the midfield from last season. So I think they're going to struggle. But who knows? They potentially could prove me wrong. Now we got on to Rafael van der Vaart, was previously linked to Reading, but now looks like he could be on his way to FC Midtjylland. According to various different reports today, Rafael van der Vaart has agreed a 2-year deal with Danish club Midtjylland. The Dutchman has been linked with Reading before, also Jaap Stam, who's currently their manager. So it looks like he's kind of changed his mind a little bit. A week ago or so, it looked like he was going to be going to a championship club, but now he's off to Denmark. And this next player I don't believe is on FIFA Older Team, but he could well be on head-to-head. That is going to be Thiago Maia, I think his name is, from Santos. And according to the Mirror today, Antonio Conte is preparing a £15 million move for Santos midfielder Thiago Maia, pending the player's performances at the Olympics. So it looks like he'll be using the tournament to kind of scout some players, and I imagine a lot of teams are doing that, because as of right now, in that Brazil team, there's so many like wonder kids and stuff, they just want to see a little bit more of them. And it would not surprise if a few more youngsters like Gabriel Jesus do make their switch to a European club very soon. Now we go on to Steven Pienaar. Apparently he's training with Sunderland. According to Sky Sports, free agent Steven Pienaar is training with Sunderland following the release from Everton earlier this summer. So, I mean, he's worked with David Moyes before. I don't really see what he'd add to Sunderland other than the experience. And in regards to a winger, they need a bit of pace, and this guy, he's definitely lost it. I imagine Moyes could probably utilise him a little bit more in a more central position, potentially. Now we go on to David Santon today, linked to West Ham. This one probably will be completed. West Ham have offered a loan fee of £460,000 for the Italian fullback, with an obligation to buy him for £5 million next summer. And like I said yesterday, they are in talks regarding 2 transfers. One of them will be a left-back, David Santon, and the other is an Argentinian striker, I think it's called Chileri. This will be the second time Santon has a medical this summer transfer window so far in England, after I think he failed one actually at Sunderland not too long ago. Now we move on to Roberto Pereira, apparently on his way to Watford. Watford are nearing a deal to sign Juventus midfielder Roberto Pereira, according to reports in the Watford Observer. Honestly, I'd like to elaborate on that a little bit more, but that's literally all it says as for now, so I can't really say a fee or anything. But if it did go through, that'd be absolutely sick for Watford and for fee for older team next year, assuming he stays quite similar to his card this year. Now we move on to Julian Draxler, linked to Everton. According to the Independent today, despite Wolfsburg's public announcement that Julian Draxler is not for sale, Everton are preparing to open talks to sign the 22-year-old. And reports claim the Toffees could be willing to pay his buyout clause of £63 million. And in fact, I've seen some images from today's back pages on Twitter and stuff, and I think some of them are saying Arsenal could get him for 50, so 63 seems a little bit too high. But imagine if they did pay that, possibly it could be using some of John Stones' money. And also Wolfsburg yesterday on Twitter, also their website, they said Wolfsburg will not be selling Julian Draxler during the course of the current transfer period. And that is reacting to his interview with Bild just one day ago. Now we go on to Romelu Lukaku, and apparently now Everton are going to refuse to sell him. And I'm fully aware he's got a Chelsea badge right now. It's actually to do with the second part of the transfer itself. So first up, according to the Daily Mail today, Everton are prepared to take a John Stones-style stance on Chelsea's interest in Romelu Lukaku, with boss Ronald Koeman prepared to turn down all bids for the Belgian striker. So there's a lot of rumours right now. Apparently they want £75 million in Chelsea, and the next part, according to various sources, is said to bid 65. So it reads that Chelsea make Everton a final offer of £65 million for Romelu Lukaku and are willing to offer and include Lloyd Gremmy in the deal. And if this went through, it'd actually break the British transfer record, which I believe currently right now is it Kevin De Bruyne possibly, to Man City from Wolfsburg. Now we move on to Christian Benteke today, linked to Sunderland and Everton. According to the Mirror today, new Sunderland boss David Moyes is hopeful of wrapping up a deal for one-way Liverpool striker Christian Benteke, but will face competition from his former club Everton, who are eyeing the Belgian striker as a replacement for Romelu Lukaku. It kind of contradicts the last story a little bit, because they're saying that Lukaku won't be leaving, but this one is saying he potentially could be. So David Moyes is poised to take on his old club Everton for £30 million Liverpool striker Benteke. The Sunderland boss has a powerful striker at a number one priority, as the out-of-favour Anfield striker in his sights. Palace tried to get Benteke off Liverpool last month for around £27 million, but apparently Liverpool were holding out for 30. If no one matches 30, he's willing to stay. Actually, it says Liverpool are adamant that Benteke will stay unless the valuation is met, despite the fact he's fallen down the pecking order at Anfield. Is probably like the fourth choice striker at this point in time. Then we go on to Jesé today, apparently on his way out of Everton just after like 6 months. Sky sources understand Everton's Jesé is attracting interest from Sporting Lisbon, Besiktas, Hamburg and Fenerbahce. Jesé is one of 5 Everton players not to be allocated a shirt number for the 2016-17 Premier League season, including on the list, I think it's Aidan McGeady as well. He's Everton's third most expensive signing at £13.5 million, and he managed just 152 minutes of competitive football since arriving from Lokomotiv Moscow in January. I'm not too sure as why he wasn't actually given a chance, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't injured, and just again 152 minutes, that's absolutely shocking in like 6 months of football. Now we move on to Luan today, the person I don't really know the other day, linked to Liverpool. According to Sport today, Gabriel have rejected an approach from Liverpool for 23-year-old forward Luan, while the €22 million rated attacker is also being monitored by Barcelona. So like I said, I've never actually seen him in real life. I'm not sure if he's part of the Olympic squad or not. If he is, that's kind of ideal. I can kind of get a little bit of a glimpse what he's actually like. And now we move on to Gabriel Barbosa, a wonder kid in Brazil, also known as Gabriel, currently in the national team and also at the Olympics. Again, it's according to Sport, and they're saying the Inter have offered €25 million for Santos starter Gabriel. Juve and Barca are both also interested, but may not be willing to match the bid. And there is a lot of money currently being chucked around for Brazilian youngsters, in particular, also Gabriel, he's used completely switched to Man City from Palmeiras for 27 mil. We've got Luan for €23 million or €22 million, and Gabriel for 25. But I imagine all these clubs are kind of seeing Neymar and seeing how well he has thrived in European football. Now we go on to a player on FIFA, that is going to be Moreno. That is Marlos Moreno, by the way, so Man City could add another South American forward today. Sky sources understand that a deal for Colombian attacker Marlos Moreno is very close now. And a lot of the rumours are saying around £8 million. I think he's currently on the head-to-head database, so you can kind of see what type of player he is in regards to FIFA. And also, I think Atlético Nacional, his current club, I think they won that Copa Libertadores. And if I've butchered the name of that tournament, I do apologise. It's currently 2:15 in the morning here, so I'm very, very tired. Now we go on to Stevan Jovetic today, linked to Napoli. According to Corriere dello Sport today, Napoli are hoping to add to the signing of Milik by bringing in Stevan Jovetic, currently on an 18-month loan deal at Inter Milan from Man City. So no fees been mentioned whatsoever, but I imagine they could go for Jovetic as a cheaper alternative to Mauro Icardi of Inter Milan. Then we go on to Moussa Sissoko today, linked to Real Madrid again. Newcastle United are expecting Real Madrid to make a formal bid for Moussa Sissoko, according to The Guardian. Sissoko has a £35 million price tag, and Newcastle reportedly resigned to his departure and want a deal to be completed very quickly. And with the signing of Mohamed Diame, I'm assuming he's definitely a replacement for Sissoko, and I mean the fee, £35 million is a lot, and I don't think Real Madrid would be willing to pay that, but apparently they're going to be offering some players as well. Offering 2 youngsters apparently. One of them is going to be Mariano Diaz and Marcos Llorente, so I'm not sure what positions they play, but I imagine that'd take quite a bit off the £35 million potentially. And it honestly wouldn't surprise me one bit if Newcastle, they wanted Martin Odegaard on loan, because potentially it could be quite a good proving ground for him to kind of build himself upon, especially in the Championship where it's a very physical league, and he's a little small kid. And right now, as I'm recording this video, he's currently on the ball for Real Madrid against Bayern Munich in the ICC pre-season cup, whatever it's called. So now we go on to a player, Ron van Persie. And according to the Daily Mirror today, Stoke City boss Mark Hughes wants to offer Ron van Persie a route back to the Premier League and is set to seal a deal for the £20 million signing of Cedric Berahino as well. So Stoke, they're doing quite a bit of business so far. They've got Egyptian winger, I think it's Sobi, Joe Allen, Berahino, and potentially Ron Van Persie. And they may have a couple more on top of that as well. And finally today, we have got Jesé Rodriguez linked to Paris Saint-Germain. So according to Marca today, Paris Saint-Germain have agreed a fee of 25 million euros with Real Madrid for Spanish winger Jesé Rodriguez. And there's actually quite a few quotes now from Zinedine Zidane on the official Real Madrid website regarding Jesé Rodriguez. It should be made official very soon, and some of the quotes then from Zidane say, it's not finished but it's on the way. Is PSG an official fit for him? I think so. He's going to score a lot of goals there. I hope it goes well for him there, but Madrid will always be his home. And finally, once we return to Madrid, we'll know more about the issue. So it looks like it could go through 25 million euros and PSG could get their man. And it'd be quite a cool one for FIFA for the team, having a very good winger like Jesé, a Spanish winger as well, linked to players at Paris Saint-Germain. Very good for hybrids and stuff, but he could also play striker, so potentially next year he may play centrally some games and potentially get a few informed cards or a few special cards, guys. So here we have it. They're all today's potential transfers as well as the confirmed stuff at the very beginning. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. 1,500 likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, class subscribe button for daily FIFA content. The comments below. Let me know your thoughts on today's rumours I should do in the next episode. And if you missed yesterday's videos, they're down below in that description box, guys. 8 MS transfers, and after 9 PM is the second video of the day. And again, you probably missed yesterday's second video as it went up very, very late. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.